Hey guys, orange juice. So, as the title says, I want to start doing a kind of like intro to Magic the Gathering kind of thing. It's something that I've been playing for about a year and a half, and I really enjoy it. I was going to start this series as like the cards that I got when I played tonight and strategies to use, but I realized not a lot of people really know how to play Magic. So, for those of you who are willing to learn, stay tuned. If this doesn't really get too much of a positive response, I'll just cut it out entirely. It's fine. Like I said, I'm just trying some new stuff. So for those of you who know how to play, this is going to be very boring for you guys. Just bear with me. If I forget anything, just you can post in the comments or something. But keep in mind, this is a very basic thing, and there's no way I can go over everything in a probably max 10-minute vlog. I don't know how long it's going to go. So for starters, there are 5 colors of Magic: white, blue, black, red, and green. Each color has its own kind of strategies or its own kind of archetypes. Whatever they may be. I'm not going to get into that. I just want to go over some basic card types. So for starters, we're going to begin with land. Hopefully you guys will be able to see that. This is a forest. This is a basic land. So cards tend to have this format. For starters, you've got the name. The name is always up here. This card is a forest card. Then you've got some pretty art right here. Then here is the type of card it is. So this is called a basic land. Then some cards have a dash and then have something else. So this is a basic land. The type of basic land is a forest. And you've got the green symbol here. So what you do with this card is this is how you play spells. This is how you play spells and just generally do things in Magic. And the way you do it is that once you play this, you tap it, you turn it sideways. And when you turn it sideways, that means you're adding 1 green mana to what's called your mana pool. You use that mana to cast things, such as the second kind of card we're going to go to, creature cards. So let's take it. So compare these 2 cards. This one has a lot more going for it, so it's a little more in depth. But here we still got a title. Then next to that, let me see if I can get this in here. What this is the converted mana cost. This is how much mana it takes to play this spell. So it has a 4 right here, and then it has 2 green symbols. So that means 4 plus 1 plus 1. So this card costs 6 mana to play. 2 of it has to be from a green source, such as a forest. There are different cards that also give green mana, but generally, forest is what you use to play to get green mana. And then the 4 that was right there, that's any color. You can use red mana, you can use white mana, you can use blue mana of any kind of combination, as long as it's 4. And then, of course, 2 of it has to be green. So that's the mana cost. You'll see that on the top left corner of pretty much every top right corner, excuse me, of all different kinds of cards. Now we get down here. Here is the type line again. It says creature, and then as a sub-creature, beast. There's a whole bunch of different creatures. There's elves, there's dragons, there's angels, there's demons, there's all sorts of stuff. There's even a couple of eye creatures. So yeah, there's a lot of different types of creatures. What this little box here is, this is the text box. So this is the text box. Anything that's italicized is what's called flavor text. There's no real, it has no real merit to the card itself, other than it could be funny, it could be serious. Like this one says, "Hunger seized the Tyrannics, and the Silvox Vision quest ended in disaster." Means gibberish to you, it's gibberish to me. It's just something kind of quirky about the card. So this card happens to have no other text in it. So what we call this creature is a vanilla creature. Vanilla creature, they have no abilities. They don't do anything other than be creatures. That's why I started with this one. I didn't want to start with anything that had anything too complicated. And then finally, for creatures, now this only shows up on creatures, is this little box here. So this is 6/5. The 6, this is not a fraction. The 6 refers to the creature's power. This is how much damage the creature deals. The 5 is the toughness. This is how much damage this creature can be dealt before it dies, before it ceases to be, pretty much. All right, so power, toughness, 6, 5. You can think of 5 as hit points, maybe, how much damage is needed to kill it. Second, now we've got an enchantment card. Again, we've got the title up here. This one's called Oaken Form. The converted mana cost here, this is 2 and green. So it costs 3 mana, one of which has to be green, and the other 2 can be colorless. Now we go down here to the type line, it says enchantment. And next to that is aura. It's just another type of it's just a type of an enchantment. Now we look at the text box and you see that we've got some regular text and then some flavor text. So the regular text is what's really important about this card. This says, first of all, this says enchant creature. So I'm only able to play this card if I were to have a creature on the field, such as Alpha Tyrannix, or something else. It could say enchant land. If I have a land on the field, then I'd be able to play an enchant land on it. So what it means by enchant creature is this is on the field. This says enchant creature, so you're basically attaching this card to the creature. All right, and now we go to the second part of the text. It says enchanted creature gets +3/+3. So that means that this creature's power and toughness increase by 3 each. So it goes from a 6/5 to a 9/8. It has 9 power and 8 toughness now, as long as this card is enchanting it. If this creature were to die, then the enchantment goes. Then the enchantment dies along with it. So that's the long and short of an enchantment, really. Enchant creature. Again, this one's very simple. It gives it +3/+3. It doesn't give it any other super abilities. There are a bunch of really good enchantments. There are a bunch of really terrible enchantments. There are enchantments that do all sorts of stuff. But generally, this is one of the basic ones. All right, the next card we have is called an instant. Now, this card's going to look different just because it's an older card, but it's got the same basic layout. Up here, we have the name. It's called Giant Growth. And then here is the mana cost. Notice how it only costs 1 green to play. Now I go down here to the type. It's called instant. So what instant spells do is that you can play this. I can play this card at any time as long as I have access to a green mana. If I can play this card at any time, then I can, basically. For the cards like generally for cards like creatures and enchantments, and the next one I'll get to, sorceries, you can only play them during your turn and only during certain times. Instants you can play instantly at any time. I can play them on your turn. I can play them on my turn when I can't play anything else or something. Yeah. So that's what's neat about instants. You can do that at any time. Next we go to the text box. It says target creature. So target creature basically means I'm choosing a creature. Target creature gets +3/+3 until the end of turn. So again, like Oaken Form, I have to choose a creature, and then that creature will get a boost to its power and its toughness until the end of turn. There are instances that do all sorts of other things, but I figured this one was fairly simple, very straightforward. So notice how it says until the end of turn, and Oaken Form doesn't say that. If the camera will focus. Come on. This is already 9 minutes. There we go. This one says +3/+3. This one says end of turn. This one doesn't. So until the end of the turn, that means I would play it on my turn or something, and then do whatever I did with the creature. And then as soon as it's your turn, then my Alpha Tyrannix would go back to a 6/5. If I did it during your turn, at the beginning of my turn, it would be now a 6/5. So that's basically instants. And sorceries are the last kind of really basic spell. Again, we've got the type up here, cultivate. Got the converted mana cost, 2 and a green. Focus. Stupid webcam. So 2 and a green. Got the card type listed right there, sorcery. Come on. Excuse me. And then we've got the text box here. So search your library. I happen to know what this does, so that's why I don't have to wait till it loads. But it says search your library. Your library is your stack of cards that you start with in a game. You search your library for up to 2 basic land cards. Remember, that's what these are. You can look for you can search your library for 2 of these. You put one onto the battlefield, and you put the other into your hand. So the battlefield is where pretty much everything happens. It's where your creatures and enchantments go. You put one of those onto the battlefield, and the other into your hand. Your hand is where all your cards are kept. Like you hold it like this, and then you play cards from your hand. So that's where the second land is going, and then you shuffle your library. So sorceries are very similar to creatures and enchantments in that you can only do it at certain times and only during your turn, except for some other outrageous ability. So in an 11-minute video, jeez, it took that long, I basically went over lands, creatures, enchantments, instants, and sorceries. If you guys like what I'm doing, if you have any other questions, I'm on uvideo.com/Sean Klitzner all the time, basically, so you can ask me questions there. Excuse me, I'm still recovering from a cold. I have Skype, AIM, Facebook chat. If you want to talk to me, then send me a private message or whatever, and I can help you out. If you guys want to see more of this, then the next time I do one of these videos, I can go over artifacts. Artifacts are a completely different kind of type of card there. So yeah, that's basically it. When dealing with a very basic Magic, 5 basic types of cards. Bam, son. Hope you enjoyed. Again, leave a comment if you liked it. Leave a comment if you hated it. Trying something new.